bad news about Zavelos. Blackthorn's on board. With the fellow anyway. The mine's just down the road from there. The village. Safe from the flood for now, but they've got other problems. Zoltan and the others are living on borrowed time. Doris sent a few curse breakers to keep an eye on things, but there's only so much a couple of scouts. Something ain't done soon. I wouldn't let that happen. Didn't think he would. Does look so now. I thought it might be better if he didn't. He'd only do something stupid. You reckon we should tell him? No. Yeah, well, I can't stand about knowing what's happening out there, so I'm... Here you go. Always something in there. The Enterprise, I mean. Entirely. No. Let's just say. If it's for the good of the hideaway, I'd be happy to. Oh, yes. Please, no. Come examine these here. Full of this smells similar to the mythical engine. That's why. They're a bit like more. They're the directional, transferring heat from the inside to the outside. These things, they're all outside. If we load them up at them, they'll reflect the heat right back into the furnace. We've collected as many as we can, and I know where we can get the rest. So they want me to visit Bassett in a nutshell, yeah. Shortly. And we know exactly where there's one amber way and another in the silence. All right then. Wish me luck. Indeed. I'll be keeping all my fingers in the toolbox. With Canada in the hands of Classic. She didn't say. Some lumps, the lot of them. Picture all here, I can't find the better price. Steam's awfully thick.
I think you get. So it would be. I've lost you a good while. Anything else?
Can I help you, Sid? I'm looking for Doris. Is she here? I'm afraid not. She's at Martha's Rest on a fly job, actually. When she heard what the mission was, she insisted on going herself. Did she? What was the mission? Following up on states to Snoop. Would Doris insist on going alone?
Oh my god.
Maybe Cora's right to be worried.
As much as you. Comes in his belly to look for it.
Fresh calling carrot.
Just gonna fall into line. I don't trust this dick. High cardinal has descended from his high cardinal leader of the Council of Elders. Second up that any of those things still exist.
What does he want?
He wants to transport the foundation upon which to build is already secured the support of the various army brands. With promises that they should
would rob the populace.
believe me. I have used every means of
Was Captain Philippe making it? The town was under attack. It was him, the soldiers running.
how? Like a man whose stated aim is to revive the Empire, Philippe's comrades swore to serve the captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel and an occasional trip to the Vale to help them forget the terrors they face each day. But do you know? Any attempt to incite me for giving the mood around town. Mutiny may yet be unavoidable.
I could blame them.
Would you repeat your services to the French? You have the person I like, Philippe. Not well.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, guys.
Tell me then. Where will I find this Duke of Oriflamme?
Crap.
Done for. From the back. This man. Oh, sorry about that. You're the Danes man, aren't you? You got some business with the captain? No, actually. With the Duke. I was hoping I might be able to speak with him. We're under orders not to let any civilians pass. But you should be alright. The evidence has heard all about you and your heroics. Wait here. I'll go and ask. So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid to the garrison. The Empire owes you a debt. I shall see it repaid. And tell me, is it wealth that you seek or favour? Give me your evidence. I thought I was to inquire about your plans to turn Great Reach into a stronghold. Ah, I see. You are worried the expanded garrison will render your services redundant. Yet you needn't be. A proud fighting man like yourself shall always have a place here. Pride of place, in fact. For too long has the contribution of the noble soldier been under-reckoned. No more. It is they who shall see the Holy Empire rebuilt, beginning right here in Northreach. I hear you, Ansett. The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed from these troubles. The defences are sound and the garrison well prepared. There's more that can be said for Oroslan, but true side. The Empire wants for a capital. With Caer Norwent as her citadel. Once we have seen you, we need only build a wall around both, create a city that it is. And armored enough, these thralls. What's left of it, should they return to force? Sandrek is to be rebuilt. That is why this so that any man who wishes to join the army might do so and be fed, outfitted, and paid as befits a defender of the Empire. And yet there are those who persist in peddling the treasonous lie that I seek to steal from the people and drive them from their homes. They suspect.
Precisely. Common folk have little and less, and you mean to sow the seeds of your new empire in your own salted
Sabine.
Yes, and I told you then how putting the empire before the citizens would lead only
Out an empire
where in yours there will be only beggars that what's we girl.
Do not take her name in vain. I'll come back later. The citizens revolt. I wonder what the people really think of the Duke's plan. I know it's about the summer. Sabine, you are embarrassing me.
You're embarrassing yourself.
He was the only one who survived. Shouting from the barracks. We're in trouble then. Right there. Where's he off to, sir? Just your opinion, actually. I wonder what you thought of the Duke of Oriflamme. Not much. None of us trust us to. It's fast enough like you to sell shops. Couldn't have real brown pit there, no folks just go and camp. Now, he's trying to drive us out completely. Question. What do you think of the Duke of Oriflamme? Don't get it. Realize yourself somewhere else. I'm not give him the right to empty out. Whatever it. Garrison salvaged what they could. Still anything today? Hasn't it? When you're in a lot of talk.
Nothing good. I'm running around acting like it was hardly a word to the day.
I take it he'd rather she was in charge.
As far as I'm concerned, just need his eminence.
People certainly don't differ. What about the sisters? Yes. I was trying to listen to you, but it's not a soldier, mate. Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the game. That's where my loyalties lie. Not with the town or the empire. The Duke can get us the men and the equipment we need to fight off those blues. I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plans to turn this. Do you think that's a good idea? It's not for me to say. All I know is that less the Emperor's busy on the look. No one likes these taxes and tariffs, but their voices sound like back of their feet. Excuse me, dear Lieutenant. What did the people in Sheffield thought of the Duke of Oriflamme? Well, look around us. Traders not like screws. If they volunteered to do their hard-earned guild before being to a Duke's places as we build in the Empire, and if that means people don't come and it looks so that that's the way fighters do. Well, what he takes of this. What do you think? Welcome back. Ready to give you any trouble? Captain, do you have a minute? Yeah. So certainly. Quiet, wasn't it? Thank you for last time. How can I help you? Thank you, Clive. I know I need to protect people like that. Well, gee, thanks again. Speaking of standing together, would you mind if I borrowed a few of the lads from the Vale? I fear His Eminence has not at all been rid of her.
There may be hope for Northwest, especially with men like you. I for my part shall continue to work upon the Duke, but I suspect I shall have to call upon some children.
Until then. The captain just now.
I would speak with you.
What does the dame have to say about all this?
Ready, go? Yeah! To deal with these ones first. Now to find this spherical echo. This is it. Laura should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
The world seems to be changing so fast. Lately, I can hardly keep up.
Just because the heavens have gone to rack and roll, they don't.
Anything catch your eye? There you go.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
It's been a pleasure.
I'll give your offer some thought, my...
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha?
You. I heard you were out here.
Of course. And it had to be me. The bearers from the Dragon's Eyrie confirmed a long-held suspicion of mine that the slaver we've been tracking is an old acquaintance. She's no fool. If we'd come in force, she would have spotted us straight away, and then vanished without a trace.
That was her just now, wasn't it? So...
I'd say so. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. She's abducted bearers from across the region and is looking to... After her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach, she hired herself an Imperial... She's dangerous, Sid.
Then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort. You can see the...
The Baum Archers, soon to break camp.
Clive, I was just about to send for you. I'd like you to take something to Sir Wade up in Eastpool. Seeds for planting. Thought it was about time they start. I'll keep providing them with whatever they... But if Eastpool's going to survive, as of those poor bears, they've lived their whole lives in servitude. Small wonder they ain't got the foggiest how to provide for themselves. So it's up to us to teach them. And if you're wondering why you, well... The Wagoneers taking supplies up that way have been coming back with more and more reports. Sir Wade's putting a brave face on it. But I think even he's
All right.
Thanks. Wouldn't ask if I didn't have to. There. That should be enough to keep him in Gazal Greens for a few years at least.
Gazal Greens?
Not the most mouth-watering crop, I'll admit. But they're hardy. They grow better that than something that'll wither away at... And chocobos love them too, which is no small thing. When I say all of us need to pull together to get Eastpool, they ain't exactly succulent, but cook 'em...
I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, Sir Wade'll know what to do. I'll go up there and show him...
I'm sure you will.
I heard the Guardian saying we're supposed to grow our...
Ah, what brings you to East?
A delivery.
These are Gazal. Martha's keen to cut the apron strings, then. I jest, of course. You see, but they'd long since gone to seed.
Martha was hoping he might be able to show the bearers how to plant so that they'll be able to fend.
That's not about... These bearers had only recently escaped their They know little of freedom, of providing for themselves and their... Unless we teach them how to live like free men, I fear that all we... Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far, subsisting almost entirely. It's about time we all started to provide. Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides bolstering our defense.
The Horde! They're coming, so wait.
Time it all. I thought... Gather the men in the square. Send to the rest...
Yes, sir.
The Horde.
A Kashek. A veritable legion of them. They've been seen prowling around... We don't have the numbers to hold back a swarm that size. I had hoped to build a perimeter...
Now you're out of time.
Precisely. If reinforcements from the rest arrive before they do, we may just scrape...
What if you could call on...
You mean the bearers? We brought them here so they might live.
So wait. You said you lack men to defend the village, though they may not be trained soldiers like your Guardians. What help they are...
You're right. I will... My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter, to serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will, a home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place, Eastpool. This is your village. Your home! And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool! For Eastpool! Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking, you certainly won't be now.
Thanks to you.
Me? Oh, I just love the sound of my own voice.
Lord Rossfield, my lady, we're ready.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. These will position themselves at strategic points around the village. Upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment will keep the creatures occupied as best they can, steadily retreating all the while.
You're going to lure them into the village?
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided at all costs. Instead, we will focus purely on defense at first. By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, we will aim to have the swarm converge at a point of our choosing. With luck, that point will be the village square. The perfect and for you and I to...
A sound plan, but one that'll require a leader with a... I'd say you have both in abundance, Sir Wade, please. Leave the last of the fight...
Ha! And let you...
Sir Wade! There...
Then you know what you must... We work together, each shielding the other that no man might fall.
For Rosaria! For Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord. I'll do as you ask.
And I will do as you ask.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too.
Right you are.
The calm before the storm. And here it comes. I will not let this village fall. Stay down. It's over. It's over. Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rossfield! Change of plan!
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's ride and is headed in their direction.
Well, the better half of her guarded. So wait, how many Akashic remain in East?
Hard to say. My men are still facing some resist. I could order a detach.
No. You stay here too, Sir Wade. I'll go after the... Join me only when Eastpool is...
If you're sure. May the Founder protect...
next one's mine. I might...
There it is. With me, Torgal. All right. Back to Eastpool.
Lord Rosfield, the Curl, is it?
It's dead.
Thank the Founder for that. We were able to I have guardians posted around the village to keep... I hesitate to say it, but...
I think it might.
We saved Eastpool. Thank you, my friend.
No, Sir Wade, you brought us together.
We never had nothing to call up, but now we do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade, but there's no doubt we're free men now. We have to fight to protect...
And we shall. This is our home.
And they'll have us to...
Come on, then.
This village isn't gonna rebuild itself.
They're not slaves anymore.
No. They're Rosarians. Your father took pity on the bear, and I believe if he was still with us today...
I believe you might be...
I shall remain here, my lord. After all, this is my home now, too. And I could hardly call myself an East Poolian if I didn't...
I think you'll find it's East Pudlian, Sir Wade. But you should be proud. I'll have to pull my weight, too. Can't have the rest getting outclassed. Speaking of which, I ought to...
Can we continue to count on your support?
Of course. And us Rosarians have got...
Indeed we...
And Clive, come by the golden... I ain't paid you for delivering them.
All right.
Lord Rossfield, do you clearing the goblins from the Stillwind marshes?
How could I forget?
There's one sight that I shall never forget. You, facing off against that giant Morble. Not a trace of fear on your face. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up. When the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor, I thought I may as well just lay down my sword and surrender. But every time, I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and remember what it means to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never lose courage.
So Wade, you have always been a true shield. I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of...
Thank you. I know the rest of the world will...
The hero It's lucky you came. Not only did my seeds get delivered, but...
I just did...
And it's only... Take it.
Thank you, Martha.
So, Eastpool and a home to free bearers.
Well, it was your...
I know that, but I never stopped to think what it would mean. Though I suppose the rest ain't... You know, bearers living free like that. Loath as I am to recall...
I take it you didn't always see eye to...
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing what I do. In fact, that's how I met him. He showed up at the stables one day. That founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. And before I knew it, the cheeky arse was rattling on at me about how I was doing it all wrong. Told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. But got right under my skin it did. Told him if he didn't like it. And you know what he did? And then I did the same. We made a pact that day.
And you were?
Well, we both wanted the same thing, just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke? Growing up, I saw how he certainly didn't lack for ambition.
Indeed. But the loftier one's ambitions, which is why those of us who follow in their footsteps need to finish what people like Cid and...
Suppose you're right. And if we don't manage it, good thing we've got a few half-decent sorts waiting, and it's almost enough to give you a... Anyway, enough nattering. Better get back to work. Let's see. The least the folks who saved Eastpool deserve is a hot meal. And you and me ain't gonna save the world.
That sounds like a... Good. They haven't broken camp yet. How did Doris come to know us?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming.
Back to civilization, is it?
With all haste. Lest any of you lackwits start talking like these feck. I presume your men are ready. We've suffered too many delays as it is.
Yes, Mom.
Oh, it appears we have company. Kill him.
You're welcome to try.
Blizzard!
It's over. So much for your...
You'll forgive me for not avenging my men. I surrender.
Cid!
Ah, Doris. You know, I ought casting your lot with this criminal.
Better fighting for a cause than killing for cause. I'm sorry, Cid. I should... This woman, my former master, once trained... She raised me like a daughter. And I did.
It wasn't all terrible. You were always so eager to learn. And had such clever hands. But you proved yourself a master. How about it, my little dagger?
I never. To liberate the bearers of the... Farewell, master.
You always were a... Perhaps that's the reason...
What do you want to do with...
I am not the killer she wanted, and she no longer has friends in high places. The Dame does, though. Her connection...
All right.
I am. And thank you.
Then I should head back to the hideaway and put coal.
Welcome back, Cid. Doris's message just arrived. I hear you saved more bearers from being smuggled across the border.
With any luck, they'll be joining us in the hideaway shortly. Oh, and your letter.
I'd been hoping as much. She meant so the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was her... She's been arrested, by the way, over in Sanbreque. Went quietly, or so we're told. And she won't be getting off lightly. The Empire may have no love for bearers, but it's none... Can't have been easy for Dark.
I'm sure it wasn't.
I hope so. You had quite the pass yourself before you... Anyway, thanks again, Cid.
Keep up the good work. Down. That's all of them. So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
If you can swing a hammer.
Would you like to see my wares? Thank you. Certainly. Go safely now.
Clive! You're here!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the north still. But I spoke to Doris' scouts and it turns out things are worse than I thought. There's swarms of them out there. Told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north gate. That should buy us some time if we need it. Enough.
Well,
welcome. I'd never have guessed, you know. Not everyone who'd have thought that the savior of Dravozd would turn out to be the realm's most infamous, keen to help us out.
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did...
Blackthorn.
Oh, what are you...
One of the scouts couldn't keep his... Unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. So then... Well, long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I stand your idea of an opponent.
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best.
But that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, he left it to me. The best blacksmith. Bloody, if someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for... Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't a...
So you're wasting half of mine.
You're what Dravozd needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work, and I may be a selfish prick, but
what you had to do...
Even if it meant we all stuck...
Enough. You can finish beating each other up once...
Fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, Clive. Short enough on time. Still, give us a mo, would you? I need to get my... You,
We can't afford to waste any...
Right you are. Might be worth having one last word with the scouts, though. Don't want any nasties. Oh, and... Blackthorn?
Akashic on the move.
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls. And there are more coming up.
What was it?
They'll wash right over us if we stay out in the open.
Good idea. Get yourself...
Understood.
I'm prepared to fight it.
Well, let's hope you don't. Once the scouts are inside, order your men to back. No heroic last stands, you hear me?
August's right. The people here are tough and willing.
I'm going out there. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate. It won't come to that. Take good care of Dravozd till I...
Leave it to me, and...
All right. Which one of you's first?
Fire!
Certainly not. You're not getting past me. Now, the question is, did I miss any?
Man alive! You're still in one piece! As many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot, more like it.
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall.
Good. So you do know?
In time, yeah. But we can think about them later. Let's get you back inside.
Cid! You're even more fearsome than your reputation. Enough to give those Akashic monsters nightmares. But mostly, I felt...
I'm afraid I've only delayed the inevitable. There's no getting rid of that ether flood. Meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines will end up clawing at your walls again.
And that's if the flood don't spread. If it does, well, I hate to say it, but the village's days are numbered.
That may be, but with ether floods springing up all over, it will fortify the gate, and I'll see that they're guarded day in.
All right.
As for you, Blackthorn, that's twice you've turned up when Dravos needed you, so...
I shouldn't have stayed away so long. And
Too bloody right you shouldn't. I always envied you. You leaving gave me the perfect... And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. You'd have been the death of this...
Finally. I hope you see the sense of it eventually.
Alive, perhaps. Wealthy. Our work used to be the pride. Now, we churn out the same rubbish. It's not about the craft anymore. I wouldn't send my sons to war wearing the shit most of us smiths. I've kept working, honing my skills, tried the average castle apprentice has as much passion for the craft as our current lot. Come back to us, Blackthorn. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can work at the same...
That's a kind offer. Kind of. There's people who trust their lives to my steel. But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit. Let's see if we can't rekindle this town's passion.
I'd like that.
Just be sure to tell Snotty to let me in the next time
I never thought I'd see the day.
I'd say that went pretty well.
Even better than I'd hoped.
Sid.
And this is?
A token, but I'm of a mind to make you. Designs for a certain sword have been passed.
Now hold on, Zolt. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. I'll admit your cinders make impressive steel. And I've learned to hone an edge up at the engravings on that thing. And they're not just for
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Trafford? I knew I'd never surpass you with the hammer and tongs. Between the two of us.
Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zoltan came back to you?
As long as he can keep it.
Right. Zoltan.
Lord Rosfield.
Perhaps. My brother said that you're all... Have you learned anything of...
Little and less.
I see.
Be assured, however, that we will not rest. Even now, our archaeologians scour ruins in every corner of the realm for traces of Ultima's touch.
Fallen ruins, I take it.
Indeed. Ultima's thralls are oft sighted among the remnants, as if protecting the
secrets we'd see.
Should our methods, mayhap it would please you to observe some of...
Would that be possible?
Of course. As of a chance you are familiar with Kretov. A small I was due to visit my colleagues there to if you would consent to do so in my stead, I'm sure that they would be honored to...
All right.
They will be might I suggest you take the road? It will lead you straight to the village.
Thank you.
I wish you a safe journey.
A village built around an airship. Sounds like another lost wing. I hope the inhabitants are just as friendly. Oh no. You'll pay for this. May still be survivors.